But yeah, real niggas over there on OSS. We're gonna cover it over there. We're switching on over, guys. Y'all niggas know what time it is. If you want to cry about it, it is what it is. It's only $1 to join. If you don't want to pay that, no worries. I'll see you niggas on our cars. But yeah, real niggas only. Let's go, motherfuckers. Y'all know what time it is. Let's get that OSS chat up.
Okay, I'm about to start this live stream right now.
Let's go.
Alright, he went off. I ain't gonna pay $1, dude. Sorry, Myron. I'm following you on Kick and everything, but I'm not gonna go pay $1 for OSS. Myron Gaines, guys, check him out. He's on YouTube, part of the time, and then he'll go back to his regular, which is his main Kick, and then he has his OSS, whatever that is. I guess he's also on TikTok. Instagram, I think he got banned. Don't agree with everything he says, by the way. Don't get it twisted. Like I've always said, I always listen to opposing sides of what I believe in. And what do you believe in, Bear? Also, what do you believe in? I believe in what I believe in. That's all that matters. It's my business, right? I don't think these glasses, dude, are hard to... I should get these. No, I see blurry as hell. There. This prescription is old. The other ones are gonna do the same thing as my Ray-Bans because they're I don't know what they're called, transition or whatever. Where they got double prescription on them. So my IQs are bouncing okay. These are just reading, so I can see stuff like this. A little bit, still blurry because it's not the right prescription anymore, but it's good enough. Anyways, I believe in what I believe in, and that's all that matters. Can people change you? No. You gotta change yourself. Period. If you want to change, when you're ready to change, you change. Change your beliefs, your understanding of things, your just it changes with age, guys. It happens. Trust me. Believe me. Oh my god, dude. Ghost. Blue raspberry, dude. That's the best fucking thing ever. I can't read the comments with those. Let me set up the tablet so I can read the comments, guys. So hello, whoever's on. I can't see with these glasses. So I'll put you guys on the tablet. Give me a minute, guys. Sorry. Last minute to do a live stream. Didn't have anything planned out. Just gonna talk, yes. And the reasons why I haven't been on as often as I was. I've been busy. Busy. Real busy. Oh, let's see. I was supposed to even be gone today, but I couldn't do it. Okay, Michelle. Okay, no, I don't care. I'm gonna have to put my other glasses on now. He's live. There we go. Okay, I see myself down. Alright, there we go. See myself. I can see the comments a little better. I'm streaming from my phone. Okay, Cat's Eye says hi. Hello, Cat's Eye. How you doing? Welcome to California Bear. Christina Halgarth. Bro, what is that? Is that a monster, bro? I want some. No, it's not a monster, guys. It is an energy drink, and it's a ghost. Um, they're like a monster, but still a little different. And I seem to really like them. I like the flavors. They got so many flavors. Um, they partnered up to be in the stock market, and right now I think they're like around $25 a share or less. It's going down with KDRP or something like that, because it's Keurig, the coffee makers, and that company also owns Dr. Pepper, so the ticker, I think, I'll double check it. Anyways, that they got 30%, and like I think by 2027 they'll have 100, another 70% or whatever, 30% and 37%. I guess I don't know, but it's good. This one, and it's got the picture just like it. So if you're eating those ices at 7-Eleven, because it's got the picture right there. It's so good. Doesn't get me as jacked up. Just give me just the right amount. If I drink two, then yeah, it's too much. The one I can handle. I don't stay up all night like with a Monster. Don't get me wrong, I still like Monster, but when I don't want it like as strong, I'll have that. These are all sugar free, by the way, but they're sweet. Those some are too sweet. Monster has a limited amount of zero sugar. And I don't like all the flavors they have. In fact, my favorite one they discontinued it. They have it in the regular, but not in the sugar, the zero sugar. That was the mango one. These guys make like a mango slushy type. It's good too. Anyways, okay. So who else is on? Alexander Arroyo. Have you been on the channel before? Hi. How you doing, buddy? Well, I've been gone, guys. I've been gone. After the snafu with the cardiologist and stuff and whatnot. I hope it's not too loud, the fan. After that, I finally got to see the dentist, and I hadn't seen a dentist in a long time. My teeth are in really bad shape. On top of, if you see, they got cleaned, a deep clean. They still got more work to do to them, but she did a great job. Our first encounter, alcohol encounter, was not as good because I can't stand it, so I have to be listening to music. So I had these wireless earplugs that I put in there, and they're like really like big, and they're loud. I like them, and I hardly hear that I feel the vibration, but I hardly hear anything. So when she was telling me to close my mouth or move my tongue, she was getting frustrated, and I get real tense. Because when I used to see my regular dentist, and when I say my regular dentist, that's when I used to work. I mean, he was the union dentist because a lot of union members used to go there. And I told him, hey, this is what happens. I've had bad experiences. I get really anxiety and stuff. I get all like, so he would prescribe me one, and I had to take it the day of in the morning. I had to make sure I had a ride coming and leaving. He would give me I forgot what it's called, the actual name, but it was basically just a tranquilizer or whatever they used to call them back in the 70s or 80s. Boom, and I was like, oh, okay. I was relaxed. I was like, whatever. Now what I do, I'll eat a gummy or two, and I ate 2 gummies, and I think that's what they want. Like, so now when I went again, she was gonna do this side. And I changed from the earplugs to wearing my my meta glasses, and I just listened to music. I could still hear, but it wasn't as loud, but I could hear what she was saying. And I tried to keep my eyes open so when she went directions. And it worked better because she put that like brace or whatever in there that keeps your mouth open. It just locks the jaw open. So Um, yeah, there's a lot of sensitive spots, dude. So sensitive, they just touching it, like, oh, okay, I actually, I squealed and screamed one time because they're worse on this side. Um, so, two things. The first time, she said I was approved for a crown, and I believe it's this one down here. At first, I thought it was this one, which I originally went for, that broke. No, it's not covered, so they only can do one. So I said no, and she's like, "Well, we could now. Well, I want you now." And she gave me the whole third degree about how it can get infected, it can get worse, and then if you turn it down, your insurance might say no later on, and da da da. But if I do it now, it'll be done. But then I might have to do root canal that's not covered by insurance. So here's all that stuff. I didn't want to deal with it. This time I went in. This week I went a little more calm and said, "Hey, we can talk about that if you want." Um, because they recommend it, and I'm going to do it. And they had to do a fitting of my both my lower and top, and it's gonna be they're gonna make a mold of that I'm gonna have to wear, medicate it. And it's gonna be some antibacteria stuff that twice a day I'm gonna have to do, so I can get like in the pockets, because my gums are just receding basically. It's not so much that my teeth are rotting out, but it's more like the gums. I got gum disease. I've known that since 2012 maybe, and it's just gotten worse. Back in 2000, oops, I just scrolled myself out of there. Back in 2015, I believe, my dentist recommended me go see a specialist, a surgeon. And when she was telling me, she told me everything about what I had and how bad I was going to get. Where I'm at now, and it's going to get worse anyways, right? So what they wanted to do is they're going to slice my gum and then bring it down and sew it back up. So my gums were like down more, because that's what's going on, right? All right, I was all about it, and then we're doing a consultation before we set up the appointment for surgery. And I said, I just one question: is this going to keep my teeth from rotting off? No, there's no guarantees that's not going to happen, and it's more likely than not. It's your gums are going to recede also. This is just to slow it down. So you're asking me to pay $6,000? I said in my head, by the way, I didn't say this, but this is what I right away when she said that in my head. So you're telling me that I have to pay $6,000 for a surgery that's not going to cure me, and it's eventually my teeth are going to fall out? And I looked at her after I said that in my head. I said, okay, well, instead of $6,000 for a surgery now, I'll just wait and pay $20,000 or $30,000 for nice, dentures. I guess basically is what I'm waiting for. That's my future. I mean, because I've had so many pulled, they're gonna pull more. I got 4 extractions lined up for next month. I thought it was 1 wisdom tooth. Now they're gonna take 2 wisdom teeth out. So I know they have this one down here that's growing. She said angular, so it's fucking coming out like not even like that. It's going straight out, like, and it's starting to bother me now, like even worse. Not just rubbing against my tongue, but like pain, like the nerve is exposed or something. Because the 2 front teeth in front of that there, I had those taken out back in 2024. I've had those pulled out in front of this one. Now this one's coming out, has all the room in the world, but it decides to come out sideways towards this way. So they're taking that out. I know they're taking that one up here that's connected, and I felt it when I was in the Philippines. It got infected twice, and it was like, yeah, it was bad. Yeah, it was bad, guys. I self-cured and everything, but yeah. That's why going to the Philippines broke is not a good idea, guys. Those guys that I see online on YouTube, they go there broke and stuff and try to make it and stuff, and they start suffering. And some eventually, fall to it after they're the ones pointing the finger. Ah, you should do this. You should do this. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, I'm one of them. Anyways, I digress from that. Yeah. So I try paying with my I bright ideas like, hey, because I'm not covered. That's not. By the way, that's not covered, and it's about 3,000 or more, I think. Yeah. And it got financed, but then I had my card from my union, the one that I got all that money in there. Not all that, but I have a little amount, that saved up in there. So that's how I got my glasses. My last 2 pair of glasses. I got the lens for my old glasses with the new prescription, and I got the other set, which is the meta glasses, right? I could have gone a little cheaper or something, but hey, I treated myself. I don't have to explain myself, right? I don't have to explain myself. I never got money from that money that was saved. I didn't get any. That money's been in there for almost 10 years, and I never got nothing, not even a 0.0001% interest from it that I see now. Anyways, fuck, dude. It comes out that's gonna be $78 a month. After I dropped $63 right there that day. I had less than $100. I don't know how much I had left now. So that's what I've been dealing with, man. Everything's just been just mounting out, guys. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna come up with $78 a month for the next 18 months. On top of when they take this other one here that's covered, but they have to do root canal, that's gonna be money too. So that's gonna have to be financed, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work out yet. That's something when they do it, they're gonna do it. They're gonna tell me. I don't know. That's a separate appointment from the extractions. And then today feels like a Saturday to me. I keep forgetting it's Friday. I put it away already. I got a bill. I actually had an email. A couple weeks ago, but I couldn't open it. It was from Quest Diagnostic, which they do the blood work. And I guess I did a urine test, but it came out to like $400 something that my insurance didn't cover, I guess. And I saw the name of the insurance, so it was just weird. So I actually did call. I called that office of the doctor, and they said, "Yeah, you took a urine test." I'm like, "Oh, I don't remember doing blood work because it's separated. One's for 200 and whatever, and yeah, like 100. I don't know, dude. But it came out to like $400 something total payment. So yeah, okay, all right, well, so all right, whatever, well, fucking A, and I hung up. You heard me say that. So I called Quest. Oh, you told me how to deal with Quest. So I called Quest, and the automated and everything. And nice lady. I say nice lady not because I worked. I just the way she greeted, opposed to the person from my back specialist office or whatever. They probably make calls from another country because that's what it sounds like. Don't want to sound racist, but whatever. They're just not very cordial or whatever. When you talk to a human, you want to say, "Hey, how you doing, Mr. Sorry," or whatever. Don't you have to say hi? Just greetings. Hey, welcome to such and such place. An introduction. She introduced her name, and I told her everything. Okay, I said, she let me explain first. Because before they're like, "Hey, what's your name? What's your birthday? What's this?" They just want to. She was listening to me. That's what I'm telling you. She was listening to what I explained to her about what's going on. Okay. So, what do you need? Do you need my name? Do you need my birthday? You need the address? Do you verify it's me? Do you need the bill number? Just the bill number. Okay. Bill number. Okay. Da, da, da. Okay. And I told, well, my the insurance came out different. You know, the insurance name is not my insurance. And he's like, okay. Um, and then, so, oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? So this has been solved already. She said the name of my insurance. Yeah, that's them. So yeah, I got covered already. I got paid on the 22nd. So this bill that went out was after that. So just you can just dissolve it. So I'm like, oh, dude, you know, I'm on here. I'm thinking already, $78 a month plus whatever this is gonna cost. Xavier, I don't know if I remember you or not, dude. Did we speak on something specifically? But welcome back. Thank you, Xavier. How you doing? So yeah. So this month coming up, it's all about my teeth and stuff. Speaking of the back specialist, I don't have anything lined up, so I'm not gonna call them to next week maybe because they're dealing with their office. It's weird. I think outsource. That's the word. I think they outsource to whatever to yeah. It outsources. I guess it's cheaper than having somebody answer the phone at the office. But it sounds like they're definitely foreigners, and it sounds like the connection is really bad. And what I'm gonna say. So what's going on, Xavier? Hey, thanks for the like. If you give me a like, I appreciate it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, they're not gonna see me anymore. And then think about it. What did he want to do the test for? That's weird. Because that's not kind of doctor that would do tests. You know, he's doing with my back and everything. So I don't know. And then like, there's no appointment to talk to them about that test, or because he told me after I had my epidural done. That's when I saw him. He's like, "How was it?" I said, you know, it's like it was okay. I mean, other than being sore, it wasn't too bad. I was looking the worst. But then I did feel a little bit like relief. I said, but then like you know, within a couple days, after doing like what I do, just being out there and just watering my plants, you know, rolling back the water hose or whatever, simple things. I got to stop. I can't do it because of my back. So it's like, you know, they know. They've seen it. They've seen X-rays. They've seen MRIs. They know how bad my back is, but they're playing the part. We'll do this and do that. As long as that insurance money's there, you know, let's keep doing it. So I don't know if nothing else, because when I first saw the specialist, they're going to sign me up for massage. They're going to sign me up for acupuncture and all that. I guess the insurance said, fuck you, dude. We ain't paying for all that shit, you know? I'm sure that's what the insurance said, so it never came up back again. I'm not going to push it. So there's supposed to be another kind of shot that they're going to do, but they never called back with appointments. I have to call them. I gotta keep up on that because that's on top of what you know I'm trying to get for my disability for my stroke. I'm definitely my bag, dude, because I'm really on borrowed time. I'm pushing it to the limit. I'm actually walking 4 miles, guys. I average at least 4 miles to and from to the transportation to take me where I gotta go. And not only that, now the sun, we're in summer now, full summer in San Diego, and it's like beating the hell out of me. When I get home, I'm not just tired and all that, I'm ready like just to black out sometimes from the sun. So I don't know if that's induced my dizziness and my headaches again, because I've been dealing with headaches and those weird headaches I used to get back in 2023 and 2022 where it was just like pressure. You know, it was just like a pressure, like it wasn't like a regular throbbing, you know. I mean, I guess those are the migraines. I don't know. I mean, I just know that I dealt with headaches and they gave me a bunch of like migraine medicine, you know, and it slowed down, but now it's coming up again. You know what I mean? Anyways, sorry, I read the comments. Say we're good. How are you, homie? Nothing much. How are you? Oh, I'm good, brother. I'm just talking about my shit I've been dealing with insurance and appointments and stuff and things I have to look forward to. I'm trying to give you money. How do I do it? Are you really? Oh, dude. Well, okay. Do you have a PayPal? I appreciate that, bro. So if you have PayPal, you can go to my channel and on my no? Okay. Well, I have Venmo and Cash App, bro. I don't have the links here, but I can tell you, what they are if you have either one of them. That's the only way, you know. I don't have. Well, if you do have crypto, you can send crypto to PayPal and Cash App. I wouldn't trust Venmo right now. Um, so no, okay. Well, the thought's all that counts, brother. Thank you. It's all good. Any donations are appreciated. So, anyways, yeah. So I have to talk to them because if and I have to check on my case if it's still going on. It's usually around November, October, around that time when they tell me it's been, it's getting close. So I need to just turn in paperwork and stuff, and then I'm not looking forward to it because, dude, I hate being negative, but I'm not gonna. They're gonna say no already. The lawyer that I talked to said when they say no, she said when they say no, call me, and I'll hook it up with you, either through me or I'll hook you up with somebody in California that I know. That's the thing. I'm hoping on this disability. If it finally went, I'm saying if and when it gets approved, because it's been running since 2023, it should really be since 2021. But I didn't open a case till 2023 about it. Who knows? We'll see. The only other option is just go back to work, but I can't go back to work doing what I used to do. There's just no way. Physically and mentally, I'm not gonna last. I already know. In my trade and here at home, I love my brothers, but they're not very compassionate, And I get it. It's all right. I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's fucked up, homie. No, it's just how it is, man. It's just, I said like National Geographic. Not before they had all those talk shows and all that stuff. They used to have like actual videos of animals. And it was always the old and the weak and the young and the sick animals that were just left behind, dude. And something got them, So that's the way I look at it. I'm there, I've been saying about school and stuff, but I'm not gonna make an excuse about the laptop broke. But even if I go to campus and stuff, the money for books, the extra money for transportation, and then on top of that, dude, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle it, because I did try taking some online courses, just free stuff, back when I was thinking of becoming a computer programmer. With my luck, dude, I could have gotten a degree, and then came out and then fucking AI just like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. AI, guys, that's the future. So I'm investing in AI. Try to see your stream. I can't all the time. Oh, no problem, brother. Sorry, I say, you came by. I appreciate it. Appreciate that you came by and said hi right now. That was cool. I'm gonna have to charge this. I gotta find a good cable, because these are the cheap cables I have for my Chinese drone. Because it's a good charger and stuff. The kind that you can't take on the airplane anymore. That's how good it was. It still is, I say. Oops. Ooh, I did another stream on Social Security, dying alone in the Philippines. Dude, she's milking this, dude, just like everything else. God bless her. That was her birthday the other day. 55, 56. I'll have to send her a message. I was just watching the live stream the other day. That's because my good friend Jack, good old Jack. What are you doing, Jack? Jack in the Philippines, whatever his channel, guys. Check him out. Check whatever. Let me see. This one's gonna be dead. Anyways, yeah, he does his walks and he talks about other YouTubers. Mentioned her about eating cake and stuff, and I went and checked that out. It was actually her birthday. That's cool, you know. She looks a lot better. I'll say that. She looks like a lot better than she did a couple weeks ago. And but I don't know, just George. It's just I don't know. I don't want to speculate or say anything, but the signs are all there. The signs are all there. The body language, yeah, it's all there. I think he's just hanging on. Just I don't know. That ain't my business. Anyways, happy birthday, Heidi. I'll leave on your stream here. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow, dude. I'll try to. I might go out. I don't know. I might do it in the morning. I don't know where you're at. I'm here in California, so I try to do about 6:30, 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I try something a little later. I'm very bad keeping a schedule. And then I was trying to do the afternoons, just like right now, or evenings. So that's what I decided to do. But yeah, go ahead and hit the notification on there, so that way you know when I come on live. I'll give you an alarm that I'm on live. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's that. My blood pressure's been good. My weight fluctuates, but I feel better since I've been walking so much. As far as how I feel with, the stamina and the strength and stuff. I just gotta keep drinking more water because I get really bad leg cramps. Watch what I eat a little more too. Also, I try to stay away from the carbs as much as I can, but that's part of my diet here. If it's not tortillas, like yesterday was spaghetti. Not every day, but that was spaghetti. So there's a lot of carbs in that. But my blood sugar's been good too. It hasn't jumped up above 200. I'd say average is like 150 or something. It maintains. My blood pressure, last time I checked it, which I should do more often, was 120 or 133. Around that, and then 66. The medication's working. That's why you gotta take medications, guys. It's not because I want to. It's not because the doctor told me. It's just because I see what it does when I do take medications as opposed to when I don't. Like when I was in the Philippines, I started running out of medications, and I couldn't find them or I couldn't afford them because it was all coming out of pocket, guys. And I say the Philippines because my family's over there. I just chatted with my wife about a little bit over an hour ago, and I just told her at the end, hey, I love you and I miss you a lot. I do. I miss her. I miss my little boy, my mini-me. I miss my older son. I miss it. It's too quiet here. And just the things that I start thinking and stuff, Okay, Xavier, no problem, dude. My wife's not working. Can you stream tomorrow? Okay, no problem. I'll stream tomorrow. I appreciate it, buddy. Every day I think about it, guys. That I'm here and they're over there. I asked her a question today, a serious question. I said, if I was to hit the jackpot lotto, would you want me to build a house right now, right where you're at? A nice big house there? Or would you rather just get an apartment or somewhere else? She wants to get out of there, guys. So that's the thing now. Would it be in Cebu? Or would it be somewhere else? And the reason I say this, it sounds fucked up, but it is. Yeah. I had an experience with my family to this day. And I hate saying yet. But sooner or later, if they see things like that, like building a house, they're gonna come up like, hey, brother, you know, and it's like feeding a cat, man. Once you know, they're gonna come back for more because you're never gonna see that money back. By the way, it's kind of like, hey, bro, may I borrow to you? And they borrow to you, and they don't give back to you. You know, that's what I experienced with my other family before when I was married, my first marriage. I'm not saying that they are. That's one thing I've noticed about this family, that, you know, they're pretty good. They're all pretty good family, man, and they work hard. They don't party every day. Just on special cases, they let loose. And I was there with them, and that was fun. It was a bonding thing with them. They got to bond with me, and believe it or not, they were never asking me, "Hey, would you donate for the beer?" No, they would go buy. You know, they would send somebody to go buy the big red horse. After we're going through, you guys want more? Well, all right. I'll say, I'll order some. I'll order a bottle or two. You know. So what was that? Like $5 total. Like 2 big old Red Bulls. You know, and we had a good time and we bonded. I actually did a live stream with them. You know, it's on there. It's way down there. Just look. Here, check out my channel, guys. My other videos. But I miss that. I miss that camaraderie. You know, that closeness of family. The nieces and nephew always saying hi to me. Here, guys, I don't go out unless when I go to the doctors. I have family here. I have nieces and nephews. I have aunts and uncles, cousins, but I don't really see anybody. I don't go anywhere. I just stay here. I don't really communicate with any of them and stuff. I mean, once in a while on social media. But other than that, anyways, I haven't seen a lot of stuff, dude. I haven't really posted much on YouTube because I don't want to get a strike, or, you know, I put it on my Instagram. And my Instagram's private, but if you'd like to join my Instagram, just under 300 short of being 1,000, which is what I need to be able to do live streams on my Instagram. And originally, before I had my YouTube, I used to do live streams on my Instagram, and it went good because I used to socialize. You know, back then I had maybe half the followers at that time. But it was mostly people that I used to work with and stuff, and they were like, hey, they'll say hi, we interact. And here on YouTube, it's all just whoever comes on, or people that are loyal followers and come back and say hi, like Xavier and a couple other people. It's Friday night. Everybody's out right now. To me, it feels like a Saturday. That's another thing that's happening. Dude, I'm losing track of time. Like days. That's one thing. I can't keep straight what day it is anymore sometimes. And it's not because, like, I just don't know. I just, like, somehow today I thought it was Saturday. And then even though I knew it was Friday, because I looked at the calendar, it's Friday. And still, like, in my mind, it was Saturday. It's like, I don't know. It goes in cycles, guys. The headaches, the dizziness, the mind going, like, blank on keeping track and stuff. And I was thinking about that. I said, yeah, it's like my age and the way I speak and everything. I said, there's nothing wrong with him. Oh, he's okay. I'm not okay. That's the thing, dude. I knew I was told that since when I had my stroke, I was not going to be 100% anymore. And I haven't been. In more ways than one. That part that died there. My speech got worse. And this is why I do the YouTube, so I can practice speaking. Because I mumble a lot. And then right now, what happened is that half my tongue is like numb. So I can't properly move it like I used to pronounce the words properly. The part where, this part's like this is not as bad. It was a lot more noticeable back then. So I mean, what job could I really do? I've tried looking and stuff and everything, but just gonna have to jump into whatever, right? And see what happens. And that's why I'm looking at it. My back is pretty bad. It's in bad shape, and it doesn't matter. And that's what I told the specialist. I said, Doc, here's the thing. And I know if I lose 150 pounds, which is way more than I should lose, but okay, 50, 70 pounds, whatever, is that going to cure my back? No. Is it going to make me feel better? Maybe a little bit in that sense, but it's not, So yeah, I mean, I still want to lose the weight for my health, but I'm just saying, it's not going to heal my back. It's not going to fix whatever's wrong. What's wrong is it's deterioration. So when he was telling me, oh, this and this, okay, I'm like, all right, I've heard it before. I've done it before. I just never did the shots. I had the shots, the lidocaine ones on the outside. Those were kind of cool, but that only lasted for a couple days. The epidural wasn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was gonna be no, it was relaxing. It was actually kind of a cool feeling, They're a very good staff. But did it work? Well, it depends what you mean by work. What's it gonna do? It still hurts when I sit down for too long. I can't stand for too long. I need to be leaning. That's where my walking stick comes in hand. I use it a lot, so I can just have it in front of me when I'm standing, and I prop myself up, so it gives me support. It gives me support right there. It's like, okay, I'm not feeling all the stress on my back. That way I can just have the strength of my arms, or my right side especially, and just kind of brace myself that way for a little while. So when I get a job, they're gonna let me go with a walking stick. Cluck, 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 hey. So I just, I crack up at not what I look like, but what I look like to people. How people just judge you by looking at you. Instantly, dude. And I'm not just talking about right here on YouTube or on Instagram or Facebook where they see pictures and, oh, you're fat, oh, your chin, this is whatever. I'm talking about on the real world where some people look at you, dude, and like, oh, that guy's like a bum. or whatever, just like beneath them somehow. I get that look, everywhere, you know. And I'm just a friendly guy. I'll say, hey, how you doing? Whatever, you know. I'm just going on my business. I'm walking here to go to the big business, whatever, but just you get judged. Almost discriminated in a sense because I don't know. Maybe the people around here think that I'm one of the local. I don't know, dude. There's a lot of homeless, a lot of like people that. I'm gonna turn the light on outside. Who is it? Which good boy? My guard dog. She like just right now, guys. It's just my head is just like any sudden movement like that. A lot of times when I went from like I would go down from vertical, horizontal, sitting down, picking something up, and just getting back up. I'm like just right now getting up, that movement. Just my head's a little kind of like. Yeah. I stress out, man. And I've been stressed out. And more shit's coming, dude. So, is the stress gonna get worse? Am I gonna let it get worse or what? It's like, fuck, dude. I'm gonna have to figure out. I estimate at least $100 a month extra. So, I'm gonna have to cut down a lot of things. Like these. So, my Cash App is gonna suffer. It's gonna get lonely. I didn't spend as much money as I did on June, but I already see how much I spent. That was more than over budget on what I was planning. But hopefully, I don't know. When they try using my card for my union, they wouldn't take it. Maybe I can use that for payments. I have to see. Because it's a credit card and they wanted a debit card. That didn't make sense either. I'm kind of like, now I'm thinking about it. What if that person lied to me just so I get stuck doing, Because I could actually pay it, and I didn't think of that. I could actually pay it with my credit card. With that, unless it's declined. They said the card was declined twice. So I don't know if the union struck it down because I made those purchases with the glasses. I'm gonna have to call them and find out. It's still good. As you see, it's just so many fucking things, But that's how life is. I know that. I'm not a youngster. I'm not, 15. I'm not in my young 20s or whatever. Oh my god, it's just like, it's like you just laugh, the shit that comes your way. Just fuck, it's like whatever comes, you have to deal with it. But it's hard. It's hard. So I'm looking for a streamer that Myron mentioned. It's one of those Spanish-speaking channels or whatever. Something Pollos or something like that. I call it Bot Pollos, but something Pollos. I don't see it. Yeah, those Latino channels, man, they get so many, like, it's like, yeah, but Kick doesn't care if you use bots. Seems like they almost encourage it, but whatever. That's why I respect channels like like suspend us because he knows who he has, and he's not gonna try to bot because it shows. Yeah, it's just too much sometimes. There's a picture. I like it too. There's a game. There's like Mexican version of bingo, or Spanish version of bingo called loteria, lottery. Actually, I took that to the Philippines to the kids. I love playing it so much that they actually play themselves. And they used to like say the call the cards in Spanish. Yeah, I can't see these glasses. The picture for Loteria El Mundo. There we go. That's what I look good at. So this is the picture. It's a guy carrying the world on his shoulders. So they have these cards shoveled on, and you start throwing them. It's like on your card. If that comes up, you put a marker on that, and then depending, if it's lines first. It's 4 squares, horizontal, vertical. It's just like bingo, just whatever. And then after that, the next game, because it's doubled. The pot is twice, or it's doubled. So the first winner gets half of that pot, whatever. Everybody puts in a quarter, $1. If you want to play dollars. Yeah, my family is ruthless, dude. Then they want to do $5. I'm like, nah, I don't want to be part of that because there's gonna be arguments. My tias, man. There's one that's a full-on cheater. But anyways, yeah, El Mundo. That's what it feels like sometimes. That's what I'm starting to feel. It's like, what's gonna? I don't even want to ask what else is gonna happen, guys. Man, I can't, dude. I don't want to ask. But something's got to break, man. Something good's got to break. Something good's got to break. Oh, God. Somebody send me a message on Instagram. So yeah, my Instagram, by the way, is CaliforniaBear619. If you guys want to check it out, it's like you can come on there. Like I said, it's private, but if you send us a friend request, I'll check out your channel. Your Instagram, and I'll follow you if you follow me. But it's gotta be a legit channel. Okay, it can't be like a troll or bot channel. I'm not gonna accept your. Sorry, that's how I am. Maybe let me know. Hey, send me a message. I'm one of the guys from YouTube, and I'm coming here to your Instagram to help you grow your Instagram so you can do live streams on your Instagram. Speaking of that, I think I'm at like 600 and something, or I was 597 last. That's what I'm saying, 600. Yeah, those glasses. I might even get those glasses done too, just so I could have those. Because I can see good like this. Just when I want to read. The prescription helps a little bit, but these got scratched up already. So they always look like smudged and dirty. And scratched. Don't know if it was me or somebody tried cleaning them with something else other than the little things they're supposed to, and it scratched up the lens. It could have been me. Using Windex because I can't afford to buy the spray that they sell at the eye place right now. Anyways, I'll say in my channel, right? Instagram. Oh, and the reason it's private is because I have a lot of personal pictures there still. I want to take all that out and just leave it as what it is. It's just followers and stuff. Choose your custom fonts for your portfolio bio. Try for free. Nah, it's okay. So here it is, California Bear. How it is. So it's backwards. That's how the camera shows it. Maybe if I can do this. Let's see. I'll do this. I'll do this. California Bear. See that, guys? This is my Instagram. I got over 6,000 posts. Just stupid bullshit. But lately I've been putting like shorts of what they call reels or whatever, stories from my meta glasses, or stuff that I see, stuff that I can't not and decide not to put on YouTube because I don't want to get a strike, you know. So California Bear, see how it's got that right there, 619. My name's California Bear. 760 followers. I got to get 1,000 to be able to do live streams again. Oh, if you're interested, like I said, you click on my bio here, and I got links to my PayPal. Right here's the links, by the way. Not that that's just the bio, but here's links. When you click on that right there, it's gonna open up all the links. I have a link to my PayPal, my Cash App, my Venmo, and up to also I have a link there if you're interested in crypto. Oh, shoot. Anyways, that was enough. If you're interested in crypto, I have a link to Kraken. And I'm going to push on everybody. So if you're interested in opening an account with Kraken, you click on that. It'll be the same thing that I did when I opened an account. You get about up to 300 in free gifts, and what it is, every day you don't have to pay anything. Excuse me. You spin a wheel, and when you click on it, it'll give you like 50 cents or 25 cents of certain crypto. It could be Bitcoin. I got Bitcoin, Ethereum, I got Solana, a couple other ones that I didn't like. I got also Doge. Anyways, after you get enough, you know, you can trade those for something else. You know, you can go trade them for stable coins. You know, 50 cents plus 50, that's $1. Seriously, you know, and then, like I said, if you're lucky enough, you can get some that's got hundreds of dollars or whatever. You know, you see the thing spinning, you know, where it's so once you're established and you have that on there, and you decide to get into crypto, if you want to or not, it's up to you. What happens, I think that I get a reimbursement, the same thing. I'll get the same thing, about $300, up to $300. So I guess I'll be able to spin again and try to get some more crypto, you know, that way. And hey, every little bit counts. It starts, guys. It's not that you have to have large amounts. It's just holding enough to, if and when it does go up in cost, and that's what happens. You know, that's how I got into crypto. I started seeing it as just a trading. They call it trading. You're trading this one for that one, and then when it gets to a certain price, you sell it. You know, that's like what people do with the stock market too. They call it trading, but it's really gambling. Now I'm doing more of two things. I'm saving, you know, the one cryptos that are valuable right now, and some that I think potentially are going to be. So I have enough of those in my cold wallet, and then what I keep on my Kraken accounts, I keep a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum, and I stake them. So they're getting me, you know, percentages of a dollar, right? But I have so many. I have like half of the coins that they have, that you get so much to stake. I put $2, $3, depending how much it is per coin. Some are like 0.00038 something, whatever, you know, what that coin costs. So I put a couple dollars, you know, $3, $4, $5. So you get plenty, you know, and then you stake it, so they produce. So you can either take the money in your account, you know, after you get so much, you can take it out, or you can purchase other coins. You can swap it, and that's what I do. I swap it into Bitcoin. And just this last week that just passed, I swapped whatever I got into Ethereum. It's just a tiny little bit. It's not a lot. But if you're staking a lot, it's gonna be more. When I first got to staking, yeah, I was staking a couple $100. So I was getting in solid cents, right? And then, you know, I was buying coins, actually, coins that I wanted. It wasn't just little pieces. It was actual regular, because I was like doing $5, $4, $6 at a time every week. So that's that. And then, like I said, the ones that I think are gonna be worth something or are worth something, I take them out. I just only keep like a little, like 25% of when I do a purchase of Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, my stake, and then the rest I set to my cold wallet. So anyways, if you're interested, there's a link in my bio, and when I get a laptop and I can get into my my account here and I can put links, that's what I'll end up putting links for stuff like that. I'll even put a link to my brokerage platform that I use. I use Webull to trade stocks. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not pushing it. I just something that I'm getting into, and just, you know, I'm not putting in more than I can afford to lose. That's going to take a backseat, obviously. Now you're going, what was he just talking about? Yes, I was talking that I wasn't like doing very well financially, and now I'm going to be a little worse off again. So yeah, like I said, those are investments. They're there. So if they grow, they're going to grow, and they're going to be there. I'm not going to take them out, you know. Same thing with the Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, I got certain limits. I put it so high, you know. I'm not going to say, because people are going to laugh. People are going to laugh, I don't care. But it's a lot more than what happened in 2024 when Bitcoin hit 125 per Bitcoin. You know, and I was like, dude, I should get in on this. So I did when I came back, you know. Unfortunately, we're in a bear market right now, but when you're in a bear market, that's when you buy. You buy in the dip, you buy in the bear market when it's going down, and when you think it hit the worst right there, boom, that's a point, and then it starts going up slowly. You know, some recover and go beyond, and some kind of just like play around, just like the stock market. I leave them there, you know. So yeah. Oh, Angel, hernia disc. Oh, thank God, dude. No, I got stenosis. Sorry, I didn't see your comment, Angela. I got stenosis. And my L3, L4, L5. Oh, and the S1. I got stenosis, so it's growing. It's calcified, and it's pinching the disc and the nerves at the same time, because I got like a bulge coming out on the left side. The bulge sticking out from the vertebrae. So I didn't have herniated disc, but that's how I first found out back in 2011. I was moving a TV. Instead of taking the TV out and moving the entertainment center, I said, screw it up. And then I messed up my back, and it was 2 slip disc. So when I was going for therapy for that, when they did the MRI, because they saw it, you know, in the X-ray, I said, we're going to do an MRI. They saw back in 2011, they said I had moderate to mild stenosis. And they told me by the time, back then I was in my, what year was it, 11? So I was just 40. I just turned 40, I think. Yeah, 40. Duh. Sorry, brain fart. They found out the stenosis and they said by the time you're 55 and it's going to get worse. And here I am in my 50s now. And it's bad. So basically it feels like, let's pretend this is my vertebrae, right? And it feels like my part of my torso, my top torso, is slipping, falling off forward. It just, like, that's what it feels like. So I can't stand for too long. That's why that walking thing comes in handy, because I hold myself up. I put it on top, and then when I walk, it helps me get the stride also. So no, I don't have herniated disc. I just unfortunately they were slipped, and they luckily went back in because oh, it's so good, dude. I forgot what it's called. Basically, they stretch you out. They put you in a harness and you lay down, and it's hooked to a machine, and it just kind of compression. That's called compression, and it pulls just a little bit, but just enough. And every week they were increasing it. I went there for like just under 3 months. They had it set for like 4 or 6 months, or I don't know, whatever. The insurance is going to cover. And I quit going because I felt better. I'm like, no, I feel better. I'm going to get back to work. That was in 2011. So I knew about that stuff, right? So once in a while I'll go to this other doctor here that has a compression machine, and they hook me up and stretch me out, and I'll feel better. And it's usually right when I came back from the Philippines, because sitting on the plane for too long just feels weird. So I can't sit too. You know, when I sit, I don't sit like regular, like I'm like angled out. Like I got pressure on my back like this. I can't put pressure down. So that's what I got to turn in. I got like MRI from that. I got that paper put away somewhere. Yeah, I had it filed and I put it somewhere, so I have to make sure I find it again, because I had to fax those to the SSDI, whether they take any consideration or not, because they're saying, oh, well, you can do work here, you can do work there, you can do work here, and yada yada yada. That's all they cared about, not like, oh, he's fucked up, it's like they didn't consider. No, they picked it all apart, like no, so that's it. Like I said, it's like, if I was to win finally this case, it's not that I would make so much money and like whatever, or I can even afford to live off what I'm gonna get. I don't know. I don't know how much I'm gonna get, if I ever get it. I am at like the level already, the most that they can give. I think I accumulated already in my working, and I thank the union. I thank my hard work as an apprentice and 10 years as a pipe fitter. That I put in more than enough money to show that I can make the maximum, or just about, in disability when I get that. But going back to, like I said, I don't know how much, whatever would happen, that's whatever I would get. I know what I would put it for, and it's the one thing that, excuse me, my son always mentions, and that's what I want, and that's why I asked my wife. To me, that would be a jackpot, because if it would be more than enough to build them a nice little home. And that's what I want. I just want to build them a nice little house, that they can, have their own bedrooms, and, well, probably 2 stories, just like my brother-in-law had, but I maybe design a little different, so the bedrooms are a little bit more separated, I guess. I don't know. They can figure it out, how they're going to do it. And that's it, dude. I just told her, hey, when you build that place, make sure that they build a little studio for me. And I want it on top, next to the roof, or on the roof, should I say, next to the roof. On the roof, so it's going to be a flat, right? And there'll be one up there, like a studio or whatever, like a little apartment, and that's going to be me. That's going to be my bear cave. That's all I asked her. So that's what I would do. That's all I want to do, guys. And If I have to go back to work, that's where somebody's gonna be stored to go there. We'll see. I don't know. What else am I gonna say? I tried e-begging, guys. It doesn't work. I just don't. I'm not good at it. I guess I don't know. I put my links on there and stuff. I see other channels where like, here, take, and here I'm, give me just a little bit, you know. But there's people like Xavier that said they want to give money, and that's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, didn't start this channel for that. When I came back from the Philippines, it was more of a, hey, I need help because I don't have the funds to buy the equipment like memory. And, you know, it just happened to be that memory just shot up in price, right? And then my laptop took a shit. So I got a bunch of stuff on this phone and that tablet and that phone just in there, you know, that I have to download just to open up. To now this thing with the dentist. A family of 4 can barely afford to survive in the Philippines. It knows what it's to survive, not live. Survive. So they're right. It's surviving. But we're doing good. We're happy, and my son had what he needs. His father there, the figure to, you know, not just crack down the whip, but like, you know, hey, be the authority figure that he needs and guidance to, you know, because he goes sideways on his mom sometimes. My other boy, he loves me. You know, that's one thing I've noticed. Filipino culture, they're not very affectionate. And he's got no problem going up to me now and hugging me. Nobody told him to do that. It's all on his own. He hugged me. You know, I tell him I love him. I tell him I'm proud of him. I never say, hey, you're my stepson. You're my son. You know, you're my son. He calls me daddy. I miss that. In fact, all of them call me daddy. All the nieces and nephews. Because they think that's my name, daddy. Hey, daddy. Hey, daddy. Or Uncle Daddy. You know. And I miss my wife, you know, and I know she misses me. I miss her a lot. You know, it was 4 years that we were apart, and right now we've been apart. When I come back, so in October 2026 will be a year that I've been back, and it already feels like I've been gone. And I know people exaggerate, but it really does feel like I've been close to 10 years away. So that's why when I say, if I ever hit the lotto, the jackpot, I'm not gonna like go buy a big old house or a boat or jet skis or whatever people buy, dude. I would invest a lot of it. Whatever I get, I would invest. I would probably think 90% of it into future stuff, and it'll be broken down for them. For me, I would just have enough just to live like I used to live when I used to work. And I'm not going to say how much I used to make, but I used to make good money, so I'll make it where I can, you know, that much. I'm not going to spend that much. I'm just going to spend whatever with my family, and then whatever I don't spend, it's going to be put in savings or whatever, you know. because I don't see any other way of doing it, guys. That's the reality. You know, I'm not trying to fool myself. I know that I know my situation. I know that even if I get my disability, I'm not going to be able to be living over there. I know that already. I know that I'm not going to be able to bring them over here. And even if I did, I could bring them over here. How am I going to afford to keep a family of 4? You know, school, medical, insurance, all that stuff, dude. Well, you should have thought of that before you got married and had kids. It happened. I'm taking care of my responsibilities like a man. And it wasn't always like this. I used to work 6 to 8 months a year, make close to 6 or even 6 figures if I got a good job, and then take, like I said, anywhere from 4 to 6 months throughout the year. That's how good my career was as a union pipe fitter. Now I'm just that by name and by paying dues every month. It's another thing I'm behind. I just paid this month. I got paid this month and last month, but I paid the past 2 months so I wouldn't go delinquent or whatever they call it. And then they you're done. And if you don't pay it so much time, you get fined and they just kick out of the union. So Bear, why are you even there if you can't even work anymore? Because I'm still hanging out to the carrot that I'm gonna get my pension if and when I get approved to SSDI. Then there's gonna be another battle going trying to get my pension and where they're gonna put me. They told me the guy, which is a good friend, I went through the apprenticeship with him. He's the guy in the hall now, and he like drew up everything. You know, because I thought I was gonna go in and get a slam dunk with my, back in 2023, or even before that. Shit happens, guys. It happens for a reason, and you can dwell on it, or you just gotta keep going. And my little boy, and my wife, and my other son have been my inspiration to just keep going forward, not giving up. So if somehow I gotta get a job and it happens to be a Jack in the Box, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Anyways, that's basically it, guys. I just got a lot of shit that's buried, and I suddenly realized why I like these things so much. Besides, I'm hooked on them. Some of the flavors have distinct flavors to stuff that I used to drink back in the past. It just dawned on me like the other day, because sometimes I drink. I didn't. I'll drink coffee, and if we don't have creamer, I'll put in soda, like Dr. Pepper. I know it sounds crazy and yucky, but to me, I liked it. It's an acquired taste. So if you're into like Guinness beer, it has that stout kind of flavor, that coffee, strong, just a little bitter but fizzy and warm, because the soda was warm, it wasn't cold. just by accident. I'm getting hearts. Thank you. I wonder if it's Habibi on there. Um, some of the things I've noticed, like some of these, they taste like the other day I was saying, oh yeah, the apple one tastes like Hornsby's like cider. Okay, I remember that. I used to drink ciders. And then there's another one that tastes like margaritas or whatever. Yeah, that's Habibi. How you doing, Habibi? Hey, Habibi, please go to Bambayo. Hey, Habibi, you haven't paid lately. You haven't donated. You haven't donated. You're slipping behind your donations. So, if you go on my Habibi, listen to me. Habibi, listen to me. Go to my bio. Go to my bio on my channel, and there's a link there for my PayPal. I take U.S. dollars. I take Bitcoin. You can take Ethereum. I take. You'll see. So I welcome any kind of crypto. Habibi is somebody that I know. I'm not gonna disclose. Habibi is my stalker, my number one stalker, but never says hi or nothing. Always watching. Very loyal. I appreciate that. So I was getting back to why, this thing that I'm distinguishing, that there's some flavors that remind me of certain alcoholic beverages I used to drink back in the day that I enjoyed. And I think that's part of it in my brain right now is like, and I've had the cravings for drinking alcohol. And I'm wondering if it's just the stressing out and shit. And I remember when I used to like open like a beer like this and ice cold and not only the cold, bitter, like, you would feel that and taste that, but there'd be a rush that goes through your head, like, that's kind of like what I get with these fucking things. But I'm gonna have to cut those down too, because if I cut these down, or just completely not buy them, I will be able to scrounge up enough money to make a payment every month for the next 18 months. I was thinking of doing a PayPal, but it didn't work when, or I did, but I was so messed up. And it got lost. The password, I couldn't figure out how to, get in there and whatever and stuff. So that money was lost, I don't know how much it had in there and stuff, but it wasn't what I was, close to what I was asking, because I was trying to pay for the hospital back then, out of pocket. I think that's one of the reasons I think UCSD hates me when I come in. They're like, oh, that fucking guy. We have to take him because he's got insurance, but just do the bare minimum and just take him and kick him out. They do. I'll figure it out, guys. I always do. And I want to set it up. I've been transferring from my notes all my my accounts and stuff. I'm not gonna show it, but I have this, so I'm writing it down. So someday I can put it on a file. Everything. If and when, heaven forbid, if I have another massive stroke and I can't or I'm fucking worm food, I can this ready with all my accounts and all the passwords and everything. It's there. It's gonna say there. Is there a lot there? No. There's just little bits and pieces. But there's enough there to, take out and, hey, well, fuck, Bear hooked it up. I'll leave that, ready. It's quite a bit, actually. writing stuff. I tried writing as neat as I could, but I write like a fourth grader writing with his feet or something. It's just for reference right now, so when I do sit down, I'll type it up and stuff, and I'll have it on a memory or something. Yeah, it's kind of weird life, guys. I just... It's been frustrating. And today, when I was talking to that lady, I was expecting, I'm like, dude, $400, where the hell am I going to come with that from, man? And when she said, no, it's alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. And I told her, I thought you were going to say you had to pay. She started laughing and stuff. I'm like, dude, you don't have any idea. So I know and I hope that call was recorded and they can crack up and laugh and yada, yada, yada. And it was all good, dude. The story that she could tell to her husband when she gets home or whatever, you know, hey, you know, this guy called today. And, you know, it was funny because he was just cracking it up and like, that's like, hey, that's why you just gotta laugh. I said, you have no idea what's going on in my life right now. And another $400 that I had to pay that I don't have was just a big thing. Just like, you know, that picture, guys, that I showed you with the world, El Mundo. Yeah, dude, just a part of that fucking rock just fell off. So I'm like, oh, okay, dude, I feel the difference. You know, it just went away. My back just popped right now. One of my vertebrae I can't reach. It just popped. That's usually where the chiropractor used to like go. Oh, that one part right there, and between the shoulders right there. Yeah, it just popped again. I'm moving right now, and that's what I mean, dude. It just made me relax, and I'm kind of like, that was one less thing that I don't have to worry about. It looks like this shit's not gonna grow back, guys. I mean, I've only got one session of shots. Last time I went, I had 3, maybe 4 by the time I stopped because it was growing back. All that grows back is the white hairs. And that's one of the reasons I do shave the head. I have so many grays now. Yeah, I don't care. That's cool. We'll see. I'll let my hair grow, but I've had people ask me, where are you going to grow back? Yeah. It's okay. I like this. It's kind of comfortable, you know. It's not as hot. I go in once in a while, just get a little bit of conditioner and, you know, just so it moisturizes my scalp. Other than that, soap, just regular soap, rinse it off. And, oh, you're done. I like doing these live streams because I get to talk and it's just me talking. It's therapy, guys. I go back and I'll watch these live streams, not right away. I'll watch it on the line, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude. It's like, damn, dude, that's. And I remember what was going on, what I was talking about. And I remember this wise man that I used to work with that is retired. He told me something in Spanish one day because I was really freaking out. I was going through some shit. That's right. I was going through my divorce, and there was a lot of stuff. It was like, you know, I was putting a lot of shit on social media. I didn't have this YouTube channel. And this man said to me, "Todo pasará." Todo pasará, which is Espanol for everything shall pass. And he's right. That shit passed. Other stuff passed in my past. It just, it's past. And it's like, okay, dude, you're okay. Yeah. Breakups, bankruptcies, car accidents, all kinds of shit in the past. They passed. Right now, I said, well, shit, it's like now that I got financing, that might be able to help my credit. Might. As long as I don't mess it up. So I gotta get real serious in paying that off every month, and on top of my credit card that's been maxed out since I've been back from the Philippines, because that's really what we were surviving on. Pay that off. I just joined SoFi account. I did on a whim. I actually got free Bitcoin from them. Didn't think I was gonna get it. They're good to the word. I just put it in there. Even though I asked the bot, hey, you don't have a crypto account. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. I see $11, $12 in there. I didn't put it in there, but I show the record that was purchased. Anyways, going back to SoFi. Basically, it's an online banking system. God, I'm really pumping a lot of things, am I? Basically, it could be a good thing for people that are on the go. To do banking online or whatever, it's not a branch. You can do that with other banks and whatever, but the interest and everything I can't word for word go for right now. But if you put investments of 10,000, 25,000, they're gonna give you great percentages and everything. And I joined it because I have stock in it. I said, well, if I have stock in it, I might as well see how it is firsthand. And it looks all right. Like, it was so good that I actually started just going from the desktop version on my phone, Chrome. I actually downloaded the app, and it's very easy to use. Like, it's an automatic. You have to do a savings and checking account, but there's also investments. I think you can do some certain stock. I haven't checked on into that. They have crypto, which is custodial, by the way. So if you buy crypto there, it's going to stay there. You can't take it out, just so you know. But anyways, I opened it up and said, well, I can start, put it there eventually. Which I have. Let's see what time it is. It's 9:16, so the numbers went through already. So 700 and something $million today in Mega. Tomorrow's Powerball is about, I don't know, 4 or 5, something like that. $100. I was talking with that with my neighbor today. So that sucks. You only get half. Well, you only get half of something that you didn't have. So I'm like, I'll take half of it, man. Thank you, and will disappear. Yeah. Somebody said to me, that's going to bring a lot of problems, though, dude. Oh, the taxes and all this. I said, yeah, dude, I know, dude. But You have to take care of that stuff too. You have to be responsible. You can't be like, oh, I'm a millionaire now. Let me buy this mansion and this and that, and I'll take care of my family here and I'll take care of that. And they're fucking broke, dude, within like a couple years, and worse off. I would definitely move from California. As much as I hate saying it, I would. I would have to make my permanent residence somewhere else that doesn't have state taxes. And the closest one, I believe, is Nevada. And then Montana, I think it was. I'm not sure. I don't want to go up that high. It would just be a permanent residence in Nevada somewhere. Not Las Vegas. More like in the northern part of Las Vegas. I mean, northern part of Arizona. Northern part of Nevada, excuse me, I'm sorry. That I got to see. It was just... Yeah, it was a little city. It was grimy, whatever. But that was one thing that I did like, is that it was just like spread out. It wasn't as congested. So, I don't know. It'd be somewhere near over there. I'd check that out. But anyways, I digress. I was saying, just... It's getting to be time to stop dreaming and start to manifest some of these things. Dude, if this stroke never happened, two things I look at it now. If this stroke never happened, dude, I would be in such better shape, both physically, how I look, because I've been moving, so I'm not gonna be a fat guy on the couch, right? But financially, guys, or that was the other thing that could have happened that didn't happen. It could have been the final thing. You're still a human, bro. Yes, I'm still a human. You're right. Thank you. It's funny you say that, because that's another thing that I've noticed, that I don't get treated like a human. Oh, my caps? Yeah, I keep them here. Thank you. Yeah. I could have been done. I could have been worm food, and I wasn't. But there's a reason. There's a reason that, and I know that. I know, but what is that reason? What is that reason that it wasn't a massive stroke? What is the reason that they found that blood clot in my brain that they accidentally missed, because they knew that no, there's nothing wrong. They're like, I found it by accident. They're like, oh, those headaches and everything, we know why, because you have a blood clot in your brain. I'm like, what? And it didn't happen. So TTV says, I like the caps in the back. Have a blessed day. Thank you too, brother. The world is corrupt by evil people. Like us can change that 100%. Yes, you're right. I would like a change from all this. And the change would be so great that I could be with my family. That's what I miss. I miss my family very much. It's just me and my loyal dog right now, What do you got? Psst. Hey, buddy. Oi. He never leaves my sides. The lion. He's so loyal. TTV says, you can't even trust a doctor. They work for the government. You know, I guess. Well, I know they work for themselves, and the pharmaceuticals and the insurances is a mafia. So if that's what you mean, then yeah, I know that, bro. I know that. I see it. I see it everywhere I go, man. They're just trying to stretch out the insurance money. You know, oh, you need this, you need that. I'm like, dude, what about what's going on? Oh, you know, we'll get to that. Like my back. As fucked up as it is, they're playing the part. Like, oh, we're gonna try this. Okay, try this, try that. Put it on record, finally. But show how bad my back is. Okay, that's the part right there. And they won't do it. They won't say, oh, he's messed up. He really can't work, you know. And I'm not gonna make it, guys. Working 8 hours in the sun, lifting things and stuff, bending down. Just right now, when I saw this live stream, I got up and turned on the light, and I just like felt it. Okay, TV. What's stopping you with family, my brother? You know, family home. What's stopping me? Well, stopping is my finances to be able to see my family. My family's not here. They're not in this country. My family's in another country. We're 7,000 miles apart on the Pacific side of the world. They're way over on the other side, just before you hit Asia. It's part of Asia, but just right before you hit the mainland Asia. 7,000 miles away, over 7,000 islands in that place. And things happen over there that never, ever, ever could happen over here. Today I had a phone call from my primary care, and they want to know about mental health. Well, we're going to do some questions. Yeah, whatever, go ahead. How do you feel like this? How do you feel about that? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I was honest. Because I show, whenever I have to do their paper thing, whatever answer, I show through the roof of massive depression. Like, fuck. Like, dude, you know, I'm just being honest. You know, I'm not going to lie. It's whatever, but I don't feel like that I'm like super depressed. Yeah, I'm a little depressed, but, you know, they want to make sure, no, it's like, well, it's always open, therapy, and like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I said, dude, you guys just like, it doesn't work. You're not going to fix my problems. I didn't tell them this. What fix my problems is 7,000 miles away from here. Looking right out this fucking window right here. Looking to the west. 7,000 miles. My happiness. My world. My soul. My heart is over there. And that's how I feel right now, dude. I feel like no soul, no heart, no spirit is here. Just a physical body. It's over there, guys. And I knew this was the first time when I landed in that place. Not knowing, oh, you're going to have a kid here, you're going to have a wife here. No. It's just, there was just something when I land over there, It's not perfect. It's not for everybody. It's got its faults, whatever. But for me, it's a place where it clicks for me, guys. Life clicks for me. It's like just hopefully everybody finds their peace. And for me, that's where it's at, man. Like I said, I found over there where I couldn't find here. I got over there where I couldn't get here. I manifested something that definitely couldn't happen here. I couldn't have kids here for whatever reason. It never manifested. Over there, it happened. Can't explain it, guys. That's where my happiness is. And it's been a while since I've been happy. TV says, I'm sorry to hear that. I can't imagine how you feel. We all have different shoes, but it can be hard, brother. Therapy won't help because they can't understand where or how you felt. Only the time will heal. It's true. I know. Like I said, I know. It's too quiet here, man. That's one thing I'm saying. It's so quiet. It's peaceful, it's cool, but it feels empty. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. I've let it all out, what I had in my mind. Like I said, this channel for me is therapy. I get to talk. People want to listen, want to listen. People don't want to listen, listen. People want to criticize, troll, whatever. It's fine. It's cool. I don't know. People like TVT, that's on here. That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, just like I let out, I vent, whatever, here, and then later on I could watch myself and listen to myself, and learn from what I'm saying, you know. And I would always say I hope, but it's not that I hope. I know that a year from today, when I see this live stream, I'm gonna be in a different spot, in a different place. So it's okay. Todo pasará. Everything shall pass. You know what I mean? So TTV says it's gonna be some bumps in the road. You got it. If you want it, you put some onto the side to see your fan, brother. I got you. Dude, I'm trying, brother. I am. I know you're saying I'm trying to, but it's right now I'm just cutting it real short. The budget that I have, the resources I have for that budget, are limited. So there's really not enough to save. Like I said, I have invested. I have invested in stocks and I have invested in crypto. Is it a lot? Well, it depends what you think a lot is. I mean, I could just sell it and sell it all, and then they're going to hold that money, those platforms. That's why I don't have all my crypto there. They're going to hold on and then release to your bank. And then it's going to take 3 to 5 days to get it, right? So what I'm trying to say is, like, I invested this money. It's not money that I'm going to take out. This money is going to stay there, like I said. When I'm gone, somebody's going to get those. Oh, shit, he had stock here. He had this. Okay, well, they can cash it out. Or, invest it however they want to do. Yeah, I just opened up a SoFi account, by the way. Thank you for telling me that. I know, and that's why I opened the account, because I want to start putting money into there. A little bit. And put a little bit there, and just whatever, a little at a time. That's all I could do. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I opened it up, but I don't have all the to get all the benefits and stuff. They have. I know. Yeah, people check out SoFi, man. Do really look it up. Look at what it says. And I stand behind it. Like I said, I got stocks that I bought on that company or that bank, whatever you want to call it, that branch. and it's grown a little bit, not a lot. You know, it's not something that's gonna, but it could eventually. It's got potential. The only drawback, TV, the only drawback is just how the means of depositing money. I don't want to go to like a Walmart or a CVS or Walgreens and pay them money to put in on my account and then charge me $4.99 for every time I deposit money. That defeats the purpose of what I want this account for. I want this account as some kind of like investing and savings account, but as I don't, it's okay. I don't have to have that easy to take out, but to put in also, because I got Venmo and I got PayPal and Cash App, and they all do savings also if you want, right? I did try PayPal. I liked it. I invested in some of their the stable coin, their coin, and I was getting great interest on it. But I had to pull that money out. I needed that money. But SoFi, like I said, I'm trying to figure out how to do from one credit union to deposit money there. So when I do deposit money into my credit union, I can send it there. I branch them together, but I can't figure out how to send money. I don't know how to use Zelle. I'm trying to do Zelle on myself. Like, is that how I don't know. I've gone on YouTube. I mean, yeah, they say you can do it, but every time I click Zelle, it seems like it's trying to send money from Zelle to somewhere else. No, I want to send from my credit union to Zelle, just like I do from my credit unions to my PayPal, my Venmo, and my Cash App, and then vice versa. Sometimes when I need to take monies from those accounts and put them back to my credit union, no problem. Yeah, I'll get a charge, like a transaction. I'm like, well, screw it. It's like, I need the money now, or I can put it in and it takes 3 to 5 days, whatever, depends. That's the only thing about SoFi that I'm not liking. Gotta have a bank card to connect with SoFi. Well, I have credit unions, and my secondary, because I have the main credit union, I have a secondary, and that's the one that I've been dealing with when I bought crypto and I was sending money to my Venmo. That was the one I was using for transactions like that. But I can't. In fact, they just called me this morning, and they're investigating for fraud because I branched them together. So I got to go to their to the branch and sit down and ask them, hey, can you show me how to send money? I'm all here. I just deposited some cash. They're probably not gonna like that. Hey, well, don't you want to keep it? Like, they're pretty cool. And just show me how to send it, because I'm just gonna say I'm retarded when it comes to stuff like that, guys. I can't figure it out, dude. It takes me a while to figure it out. And I don't know. Let's see. You gotta have a bank card connect with SoFi. Chase Bank of America work good, but I don't know if Zelle is compatible. So you're just saying straight from the bank, from bank to bank, you can do that. I don't know how to do that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to do that. I gotta figure out how to do that. So that's the only thing. That's the drawback. But yeah, it's got great, like, really, if you like, like, investing money there and just sit there and get interest, dude, they do. Especially if you put in like $10,000, $20,000, they'll like, without having to go on their premium account or whatever, no fees. It's pretty good, guys. It's a good thing. I like it. They got crypto too. I don't know about your bank if they have crypto, but they have crypto. You can buy crypto, and they have their own coin, stable coin. They have a USDC coin by Circle, and they have a SoFi coin. No, I haven't bought any yet. Where I could use a SoFi. That's the only reason I wish they had like a hotline. You can talk to somebody. They have an AI thing, and it's not like really answering. It's answering what it thinks your question is. I'm like, no. But yeah, there's a way of doing Zelle. I saw the video, but it's not very clear. I said I'm retarded. I'm slow. But I'll figure it out. Thank you for the suggestions. I appreciate it, TV. I really appreciate it. Yeah. That's another reason why I want to set these accounts like that too. So I can send money to myself with the least amount of fees as to what I was doing last time. Last time I was relying on somebody, my mom, to deposit money, cash, into my credit union. And then from there, I would have to go to an ATM, wait in the long ass lines for sometimes for over an hour, seriously. And then the machine would run out of money, or it would be broken a lot of times, or it just didn't want to work. Certain machines, certain branches, but then they work somewhere else. Certain banks didn't want to work with my bank. And it scared me because it said that my card was closed or something like that. It got shut down. Like, what? So I'd have to go back home and check online. Like, no, your account, or call them. Oh, no, it's good. Because I told them. I told them before I left, hey, I'm going to be in the Philippines for a amount of time. And also, I might, if I have to go somewhere, I might be in Japan, or I might be in Korea, depending where the flight, would land. But it went directly from the Philippines to San Diego. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I forgot how it was too. I went from Cebu to Japan to, I think I went to San Diego, or oh, I gotta turn in the Wi-Fi. There we go. Alright, well, I'll check out. I can know the O's booking account. I saw one of them that said if you open Chime, but I don't need another one like that, dude. I got so many already. I got PayPal. PayPal's the one that's the oldest one I've had, and I opened that up so I could use that for my Amazon account. But now I use it to make purchases, like online, it's set up to my Google Pay, so it's easy to do it. It's the very first card that I put on my wallet, and I could, like, now I tap. It's kind of cool. You don't have to take out your card. You just, like, your phone. Boop. Anyways, I got Venmo. Venmo is the one that I use to transfer money over to the Philippines, or my wife, to my wife's bank account. Which next time I go back, since I'm her husband, just put me on the account. That way I could have a branch over here in California, San Diego. I think there is a branch, and she did. She picked that one because she saw there was a branch here. That's in the future. But like I said, I could send myself money, through those accounts to somewhere where I can get to myself only. You know what I mean? Because Western Union doesn't only not just charge, depending on how much money you send, but they charge taxes. As of 2026, they start charging taxes. So I was paying close to $10 every time I would send money, every month. And on top of that, you can't send money to yourself. Like, okay, California Bear sending money to California Bear in the Philippines. They like, you can't do that. The first couple times I did that, I did that to send myself money, and I just draw it off, every week or whatever. And the guy was cool at the liquor store I used to go to. His name was Johnny. I miss that guy. And he's all, just making it, He wasn't, so I do family members and friends. I tell them, but they weren't sending the money. I was sending the money. I was putting the money, but it was their name to send the money. It was nothing illegal. So they're aware. They're real people. There's laundering. Oh my God, Bear was doing some fraud, wire fraud and shit. No, I wasn't doing that. I said like when I first. But that's a pain in the ass, guys. That's the new age now is all digital. That's what I'm trying to say. Digital to be able to get cash eventually, because it's still a cash society in the Philippines. But I was telling my wife it's gonna change. Now you have a bank account, a lot's gonna change. You can use your card, but there's gonna be a fee. That's the thing. You gotta remember that. So every time you start using it, there's gonna be less money in your account. Remember that. So only take out money when you need it. I said, if you don't take all of it out, okay, whatever, and just keep it in a jar. My friend just sent me a message to what's up. Anyways, yeah, there's gotta be easier, better ways, and that's what I see. Just sending money to myself through those accounts. I'll probably send it to Remitly. Remitly only charges $4.99, or I think 50 cents or something like that, or even less than that if I send it to her bank account, which is I did that already once, I think. It was no problem. Excuse me. But I told her what I could do is I could send their partial and then put another part in her Gcash when she needs the cash, because the pain in the ass for her to, like it was for me, that's a pain in the ass to her to have to go to the ATM or inside the branch to get money. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I told her. I said once you have these apps and everything, you can pay with them. You can pay with them. The only thing is that sometimes I get crossed on what account I did, so I'll put money, and it's always Venmo. I'll put money, and it puts me overdrawn, like they lock the accounts. Oh my God, you're right. So I don't know if that's one of the reasons why I can't get crypto now, because it was wide open when I first opened a Venmo account. I'm like, oh shit, it was wide open to crypto, to buy, and to sell, and to send. Now it's like when I click on it, it buffers and it's not available. And I call them, just keep calling and check with us. Like, yeah, so. Crypto is the future, guys. Crypto is now already. Crypto is being used for everything we do, by the way. Crypto is used right now in the live stream of this message or whatever is going out. It's basically, crypto is just blocks of information going from here to over here, and then this stuff. You learn about it and stuff. You start seeing. I can't be specific. And some crypto does hold value, meaning it can be used as a currency. And that's what the government, the Fed, and the banks didn't like and want. That's why they made it. But they saw everything that's happening. If you pay attention, the economy all over the world it's not good, and I don't know. I see the futures now, with digital credit. I mean, they want to pass the Clarity Act, but it gets like kind of pushed back. I missed out on Bitcoin, and I missed out because I was very naive. I didn't know. I still couldn't figure. I was trying, like everybody else, trying to figure. What's make believe? It's like, what the hell? And I didn't just get it what it is now that I get now, because we have all these platforms that make it real easy. You got information on Google, on YouTube, explaining what it is, Bitcoin, and other crypto like Ethereum, Solana, what they do and why their value is so high, and you can use it as currency if you want. But to me, they're investments, because I go back and now I go, okay, back in 2011 when I was kind of interested because I heard that it went up to like $33. I'm like, oh shit. And then it came back down. But even if I would have bought it $33, if I would have bought, it's just that depending what time in 2011 I would have put $300 and what it's worth today, because it's gone down, but the same. It would be in the millions, guys. In the millions. Back then, I was working at San Onofre, the nuclear power plant here that's shut down already, here in San Clemente, which is right past the San Diego border. I mean, San Diego County line border. You have to go through a thing, a checkpoint. And I got to work there, and I made some ungodly amount of money, guys. I missed that because there was no frogs there. Anyways, I listened to too many people because I was asking, it's fake, it's whatever, it's a scam, it's make believe, it's nothing, it's gonna come back down. Look, see, it went down. Okay. And just, back then they didn't have like the platforms that they have now, like Kraken, Robinhood, Coinbase. I mean, shit, I could buy crypto on the SoFi. I can buy crypto on my Cash App. I mean, I got roundups. Whenever I make a purchase, whatever rounds up turns into crypto. And like every time I make 20, 25 bucks from the little change, because it gets that much, we're going up and down. I send it to my Kraken and then do what I gotta do with it. But what I'm trying to say is, it's easier now. It's easier to get informed. It's easier to know what's going on. There's a guy that I watch, and I gotta do my homework so I can have written down what I'm gonna talk about and say properly their names on their channels, and you check it out if you want. And it's interesting because they're talking about what's going on, what you're not getting on TV. Like you're getting whatever. Like they're talking about Bitcoin, but this guy says, hey dude, this is what's going on. And look at Japan. What's going on with Japan, and what's going on in Iran right now with the gas, what it's gonna do. I mean, I've seen it already. I've seen it on my cold wallet because it accepts, like, dude, thousands of different coins. I was like, after I did what I did, I was kept on scrolling. They got tokens for Tesla, Starbucks. They got a Mexican coin. And they're not meme coins. They're actually real coins, They're the coins that alternative or something. I don't know the. I don't want to say because I don't want to sound like dumber than I am already. But stocks are tokenized. It's not the real actual stock. I was watching another lady talk about it. It's not the actual stock of the coin, but it is a part of the stock. And the difference is that you can buy these coins 24/7 whenever. You can buy a coin right now, which is almost 10 o'clock on a Friday night. 9:52 right now. If I go on Kraken, I decide to spend $2 or $20, $2,000, $20,000 on a certain coin, I can do it now. But if I go on my Webull account, which is like the stock market, I can place the order, but it's not going to go through till Monday morning at 6:30, I think, in the morning, which is 9:30 on Wall Street. Excuse me. Or 9 o'clock, I'm not sure. Anyways. Yeah. I've seen it. BlackRock has a coin. You know who BlackRock is? BlackRock. There's a Starbucks, Tesla. What else did I see? They're there. How to get them, where to get them from, I don't know. I'm not going to try to find out. I'm just like, hey, whatever. But yeah, I see SoFi as an investment also. So just put money, you know, which I could on my accounts, other accounts, but I don't know. I just see that as that. So, anyways, I'm getting tired. I took some medication because my wisdom tooth, the one that's gonna be extracted next month, that started bothering me. It's the nerve pain, yeah. So it's something that might be exposed right now, and it's like just there constantly, just like the pain. It's not throbbing, but it's just the pain. And I know my jaw feels funny. Yeah. Alright, guys. I said I'm medicated. I'm tired. Thank you for listening. It's like, fuck. I'm still around and I made it. I should have been gone, guys. If the mini strokes were enough to do to make me realize that blood clot made me realize that somebody was looking out for me. And there's a reason I'm here still. I was still. Oh, with my family. I'm out of here, guys. Peace out.